What if I told you a prophet obeyed God perfectly, defied a king, performed a miracle, refused a bribe, and still died that same day? Not in battle, not by an enemy army, but by a lion. And the strangest part? The lion didn't eat him. It just stood there, guarding the body. This isn't a legend. It's one of the most unsettling stories in the Bible, found in 1 Kings 13. A story about obedience, deception, and what happens when a second voice sounds almost like God. Stay with me, because before the lion appeared on that road, there was a conversation that changed everything. Night fell heavy over Bethel, but the story did not begin with the lion. It began with a voice, and a man who obeyed it without hesitation. Israel was divided. The kingdom that once stood united under David and Solomon had split like a cracked stone. In the north, a new king ruled, Jeroboam, clever, strategic, afraid that if his people kept traveling to Jerusalem to worship, their loyalty would drift south. So he built altars of his own, golden calves, new shrines, new priests, a new religion that looked almost right. Almost. Bethel pulsed with celebration the day the altar was dedicated. Incense rose into the sky, trumpets blared. The king himself stood before the fire, proud architect of spiritual convenience. Then a stranger walked into the ceremony, dust-covered, unannounced, unnamed. The scriptures would never record his name, only this: a man of God came from Judah by the word of the Lord. He did not look like a revolutionary. He looked like obedience wrapped in flesh. He stepped forward while Jeroboam stood mid-sacrifice, and he did not address the king. He addressed the altar. "O altar, altar, thus says the Lord." The crowd fell silent. A chill cut through the heat of the fire. He prophesied of a future king, Josiah, who would one day desecrate this very altar, burn bones upon it, expose the corruption. A prophecy reaching centuries ahead. The audacity stunned everyone. Jeroboam's face twisted. "Seize him!" The king's arm shot forward to command the guards, and froze, rigid, withered, locked in the air. Gasps rippled through the crowd. The altar cracked. Ashes spilled out like spilled blood. The prophet stood unmoved. Jeroboam's power dissolved into panic. "Pray for me," the king begged. Moments earlier, he had commanded arrest. Now he pleaded. The man of God prayed. The king's hand was restored. Just like that. Power confronted, mercy was given. And then the king did something subtle. He invited the prophet to his palace. "Come with me, refresh yourself. I will reward you." It sounded generous, someone who wanted to show gratitude. But it was the first test, because the prophet's instructions had been clear. Do not eat there, and do not drink there. Go back with a different way from how you came. Total separation, no mingling, and no trying to bargain. The prophet refused. "Even if you give me half your house, I will not go." And he left, obedient to the instructions from God, untouched, victorious. But if the story had ended there, he would have been remembered as fearless. Unfortunately for him, obedience had a second act, and it was rarely as loud as the first. Not far from Bethel lived an old prophet. His sons had witnessed everything and ran home breathless with the story. "A man of God came from Judah. He spoke against the altar. The king's hand withered." The old prophet listened carefully. His eyes narrowed with disbelief and curiosity. He asked which road the man had taken. Then he saddled his donkey. There are moments when spiritual history shifts, not because of kings, but because of older men with complicated hearts. He found the prophet resting beneath an oak tree. Adrenaline was fading, and victory still fresh. The old prophet approached him. "Are you the man of God from Judah?" "I am." "Come home with me and eat." The prophet replied him immediately. "I cannot. The Lord commanded me, no bread, no water, Don't return the same way. Clear, firm, precise instructions. Then the old prophet said words that would echo through eternity. I too am a prophet as you are. And an angel spoke to me by the word of the Lord, saying, Bring him back with you. It sounded spiritual. It sounded legitimate. It sounded close enough to the truth to make him feel safe. But it was a lie. The man of God paused. Just a pause. At this point, it wasn't rebellion or defiance. It was a simple reconsideration. And in that pause lived danger. He had heard directly from God, and now he was weighing it against another voice, claiming divine authority. Was it humility to reconsider, or compromise to doubt? The oak leaves rustled. The road stretched silent behind him, and he turned back. That decision did not feel dramatic. No thunder, no immediate consequence. Just a quiet reversal. Sometimes destruction enters disguised as fellowship. They sat at the table. They broke bread and gave him water, and conversation flowed. The man of God relaxed.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this, smash that subscribe button and join our community. And hey, drop a comment below letting me know where you're watching from, what you think, or what you'd love to see next. Here we go, deep into the Bible and bring you an interesting story. They never taught you in Sunday school. Let's get the conversation going and make this channel even better together. See you in the next video.
And just when everything seemed settled, a hidden truth begins to unfold. Don't miss part 2, where the next chapter will change everything you thought you knew.